Thank you, Lauren.
And the game of the year is Astrobot.
Okay, so not only did they completely pass over Metaphor, which should have won Game of the Year, by the way, they didn't give it to Final Fantasy, which is the one I actually expected to win. I wanted Metaphor to win, but I was sure that Rebirth was going to win. If not, I thought that possibly there was going to be an upset where Black Myth Wukong was going to win, or maybe Shadow of the Erdtree was going to take the award. Astrobot as Game of the Year. Astrobot as Game of the Year. Let me just clarify this for you real quickly. They think that when put up next to Shadow of the Erdtree, Black Myth Wukong, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor ReFantazio, when put up next to those four games, all of which are made by established game developers and are some of the best games I've ever played, one of which, Metaphor, is one of the best RPGs I've ever played in my entire life, probably even better than Persona 5 in my opinion. When put up against all of those games, they thought that Astrobot was better than all of them? They thought that Astrobot, out of all of the possible options, let me clarify. Astrobot is a good game. It is a very well-made game. It is a very polished game. It's a very fun game. But it is not Game of the Year. It is not Game of the Year. To be completely honest, I don't think it even should have been nominated for Game of the Year. Wukong, Shadow of the Erdtree, FF7 Rebirth, Metaphor ReFantazio. All of those made sense. Balatro, less sense. I haven't played it. I don't know if it's good or not. It's an indie darling. Okay, that makes sense. Astrobot, I was like, wow, that's cool. I'm glad it got nominated. But Game of the Year. Astrobot as Game of the Year. No. No, I'm sorry, but no, that's wrong. That's not. I'm sorry, but it's not Game of the Year. It is not Game of the Year. It's not even close to Game of the Year, in my opinion. When I think about the other four nominees, and if we take Shadow of the Erdtree off since it's a DLC, and think about the three actual nominees, FF7, Black Myth Metaphor. Astrobot beat all three of them. Astrobot as Game of the Year? I want to know how much Sony paid off the Game Awards so that they could get this game to sweep. I need to know how much Sony paid off the Game Awards so that their new flagship mascot, their new Mario, could win all these awards, including Game of the Year. Because the only possible explanation that I can think of for Astrobot beating Metaphor and FF7 Rebirth for Game of the Year, the only possible explanation for that is that somebody paid off the Game Awards so that Astrobot can win. And again, I think Astrobot's a good game. But there is no way that it could have won Game of the Year without somebody fixing the game for it. Without somebody fixing the win for it by paying off the Game Awards so that it could win Game of the Year. I refuse to accept any other explanation. I refuse to accept that all of the fans, all of the people on the jury for the Game Awards looked at all these games, looked at Metaphor, and chose fucking Astrobot as Game of the Year over Metaphor and all the other games that got nominated. That is truly baffling. Just a whole new level of completely brainless stupidity. I gotta stop talking about it. I have to stop talking about this. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep on making myself more and more upset.